Hi everyone, it has been quite a while since my last entry into my knitting diaries. The main reason for that is that my parents were here for a month, and we just had a lot of fun right beforehand. We had a lot of prep work to do, and then afterwards it just takes a little bit to get back into a routine. So yeah, lots of fun was had, and simultaneously I've had a bit of knitting time too, and I didn't have time to really sit down in peace and semi-quiet to record a diary entry. But here we are, and I would say let's get right into it. I'm looking at all the things, and we have a couple finished objects. We have quite a few whips I've been working on. There's one that used to be a like hibernating whip that has been pulled out again for my Finish 9 project for this year. And I do have some acquisitions. I don't have everything here because it's just I think it's a 2-month span of things that were acquired that came into my little yarn collection, and well, I moved a lot of the stuff already like into the spots where I store specific things, so those are all gone. And then I have a little bit of an update on the state of my stash, my yarn collection, but also a couple non-knitting things that kept me happy and busy and entertained me over the last while. So yeah, I would say we'll get started and we'll see what's going to happen. I'm going to start right off the bat with my April Desert Vista Dyeworks socks. These socks are just plain vanilla socks with a spacious OMG heel by Megan Williamson. I like the heel a lot because it does not require that many decrease rounds, but it fits me very well. And for April I chose this gorgeous colorway, which is just like in your face. It is bright, it is colorful, it's blues and it's greens, and it just makes me happy. The colorway is called Earth Day, which I found fitting for an April sock because April is the month when we have Earth Day. So these were all done and very well within the time limit of like a sock a month, a pair of socks a month. So these are now sitting actually in my little box of socks for the year. Another object I finished were the side tussle cuffs by Sheena Lines Designs by Sheena Cohn, and I got to test knit these, and here they are. Let me show you on. These are super fun. So they are in a way similar to fingerless mitts, but they don't have the like the connection here, which I like because I can pull them up and I can move them further down if I need my full range of motion for my thumb, which is really nice. And the size is just perfect. I knit these in a size small just to gauge, and these yarns are all why don't I pull them out here? Okay, here we go. So these are knit in these two colorways. This is Queen City Yarns in Biddleville DK, in the Biddleville DK base, in the colorway Eventide. It's these gorgeous blues and minty greens, like a springy green. There's a little bit of pink in here too. It's an all-around gorgeous, variegated colorway, as you can see right here. And then for the contrast color, I have Rose Gold. This is on the Queen City Yarns Noda sock base. So we are using 2 different yarn weights for these cuffs, but that's just, I think, perfectly okay. Like the way they fit and the way they just knit up, it's gorgeous. These are basically similar to in construction to the side tussle hat that Sheena has, which is also a pattern I have, and I'm trying to think, have I knit the side tassel hat already? I think I did. So these are just really fun, and I love the construction of these. As you can see, like I have them basically sitting in my office. My office space tends to be a little more cold until it gets really warm outside, so these are just wonderful. And I used 41 grams of the DK, and I used 5 grams of the fingering weight. So if you have like a cute little scrap for your fingering that's not enough for a full set of like toes and heels, for example, this would be the pattern to go, because 5 grams and you have both of these done. Find a cute DK that you love to with it. Maybe contrast color would be fun. I have a few more I think I would love to knit up, but then again, just taking into account I have this much left, this is amazing. So yeah, it's just fun. And Queen City Yarns had some sets, some kits for these side tassel cuffs available, so you could just go and check out what they have too. So that is these gorgeous cuffs, and oops, stuck on my watch. Speaking of, I need to replace my my watch band. Like the silicone tore right here, which is, it's lasted me 3-4 years, 3.5 years, give or take. So it's had a good run, and I've been wearing this almost every single day in those 3.5 years. So yeah, I need a new watch band. And then the final finished object I'm hugging right now is this absolutely amazing shawl right here. I'm trying to see. I want to hold this up best. Odds are you will not be able to see the entire shawl on camera because it's just ginormous. It's the Sepal S-E-P-A-L shawl by Jen Pericini, and I got to test knit this, and I'm at the wall. So lengthwise, this is longer than my arms. My arms are about 5'5" give or take, if you take into account that your wingspan is supposed to be the same as your height. And this does hang down on both sides quite a bit, and it's just super, super cuddly. We have those, let me see if I can catch it, those twists up here, you can see them better. Those twisted stitches right there. I don't know what's going on with my color. So this is greener than it appears on camera. It's also more vibrant. So this here has those twisted stitches all around, and then you have a ribbed border. It is an asymmetrical triangle. So here, come on. So, down there. So I totally love this. I've shown it on my Instagram already. I love how you can style it. You can wrap it around once. You can technically, like, I have all of this left still, so I can wrap it around a second time for even more warmth. I can, let me see, I can just cover my shoulders with it to keep those warm. It is, I love this shawl, and I can totally see myself knit a second one. In fact, when I started swatching for this, I did swatch with 2 colors because I wasn't sure what to use. And I'm thinking I might want to knit that second shawl regardless of this one being done and like my test knit job. I don't know. My test knit is done and it's over and the pattern is out and available. So I kind of think I want to knit another one, but first I need to get some things off the needles. The yarn I used for this, by the way, is Madeline Tosh Sock in Teal Feather. So if you know Teal Feather, you have a better idea of the colorway here for my shawl. It just doesn't show up right. But yeah, that is this shawl. Next up, actually where is it there? Next up, I think we should be talking about a couple whips that I've been working on since my last update. For one, I have the Tsubaki pullover by, it's a Japanese designer, and for the life of me, the designer is Hiroko Fukatsu. So I am knitting this in La Bien-Aimée, in the Cash Merino in... I am drawing such a blank right now. Hegelia. So I'm knitting this in Hegelia, held together with a mohair. You know what? I've got to look this up. I'm like drawing complete blank here, which is ridiculous. Kitzel Case by Rowan in turquoise. Good grief. So the interesting bit about this pattern is that it basically works without ever cutting your yarn. So you have a saddle shoulder construction, and you go over into knitting the sleeves, and then you continue on and you knit the other sleeve, and then you knit the body, and you never cut the yarn, which I find fascinating to no end. Now the Tsubaki pullover has cables on a cable panel on the front that's about this wide, I would say, like my shirt that I'm wearing right now, like my staple linen top by Joji Locatelli. So this is the pattern, and you can see this is a very, very wide cable right here, and then you have smaller ones here and there, and then I love the way this is constructed. I love the way this color comes out. Again, this is greener than it shows up on camera. I don't know what's going on. So I knit this for the Yarnia sweater class for winter, and the class ended early April, and I'm still like nowhere near done. I think part of it was having too many whips did not help the case. And then I don't know how to try this on, and I am super unsure, and I didn't even ask Jen. I should have asked Jen. And I'm not even sure if I should just trust the pattern and trust the measurements, which usually I would say yes, trust the pattern, trust the measurements, but this whole not cutting your yarn ever also means that I can't just continue knitting and then eventually be like, it's done, and oh, it doesn't fit, I just need to rip back the body. No, you would have to rip back the body, you would have to rip back both sleeves and all the stuff. So I think that part is what has me intimidated. I am simply worried that, try not to stab myself, that this is not enough room for me. Like measurement wise, it should work out. My gauge was spot on with the needle size I'm using. Based on the measurements given in the pattern, and based on the measurements on me, it should fit. I'm just like, I am holding this up here and I'm trying to like pull it down, and it's like it feels tight. Like You can probably not tell too much, but it feels tight. And I'm like, what if I finish knitting and it doesn't fit? This is my big issue I have with this sweater right now, why it's still in the spot where it's at, and it truly annoys me that I haven't gotten any further and I haven't made a decision and I haven't figured out a way to like figure out if it's going to be okay or not. I might just have to send Jen an email, because I love the way this feels. I love the cables. I mean, yes, granted, I am totally annoyed by these ginormous cable sections, these 3 cable sections, because it's very much wrangling your needle in and trying to get everything right, and it takes another 2 rows of plain knitting in that section afterwards for it to be comfortable again. But I love the look of it, so there's that. So that, I think, is really my big issue with this sweater right now, or not even issue, where I have questions. And I haven't figured out an answer or a solution to it. But yeah, so that's been, like, I'm in this spot, and I need to figure out what I want to do. So before I stab my eyeball, let me put this back in. This, by the way, lives in a project bag by Faith Threads, and this is the Schitt's Creek bag. Next up, I have, for ease of convenience, let's go with the socks. I have my May Desert Vista Dyeworks socks. These are knit in the Kingfisher colorway. And actually, let me pull out the second one too. So I am at the spot where I need to start the heel, and last night I could not fathom like thinking about heel construction, so this is where they're at. They are ginormous, like the size of my foot big already, and my face big already, and they are not, like, there's still a heel missing and all that. So these are going to be huge. They are obviously not mine, because mine are much smaller. So yeah, and so these are getting their heels hopefully tonight, and we'll see what happens. But these are super fun. I love the colorway. So those socks are in my Golden Girls bag, also by Faith Threads, because those are the project bags I truly love. I like the way that you just like cinch it shut and close, and you're good to go. And I mean, this is just plain gorgeous. Next up, I have a new cast on that you haven't seen yet, and that is, whoops, oh no, Houston, really using stitches. Okay, good, save that. This is the very, very, very beginning of the Carol Bralette by Elizabeth Margaret, and we're still at the band, the underbust band, and let me pull on this a little bit. So this is where I'm at. I'm knitting this and fingering weight on a US size 0 needle, so you can imagine the gauge. It's going to take a while, especially because I am not a monogamous knitter and I just can't knit monogamously. It just does not work for me. I need multiple projects, and so this is where we're at, and eventually you'll see this finished. The yarn for this is Heather Yarn Co. My friend Heather over in Grass Valley, California. She is she has a yarn store and she dyes her own yarn, her store brand, Heather Yarn Co. And the colorway is Release the Bats, which is the probably most stunning. Let me pull this out. Variegated grayish black. I love this colorway. I've always wanted to knit something with it. I do know that a full-on sweater in this color does not look good on me, and we're gonna come back to colors and not looking good on me later today as well, I think. So for a bralette, I felt like it's perfect. This checks all the boxes. I finally can knit with the color I love. The yarn is super soft. It's an 85-15, I believe, blend. And truly just love it. I will use it for socks any day I can. I've used a different colorway for shawls already. So it's just, I love knitting with it. Now, next up I have a sweater I started along with my friend EJ, or Crafty Turtle, and EJ already finished hers, which is the benefit of being a monogamous or semi-monogamous knitter, I guess. I have not finished mine, unfortunately. But that's how this goes, and the sweater is the Foxberry by Sari Nordlund, and this is where I'm at. So I am holding Knitting for Olive Caramel together with Camarosa Midnight Sol in burnt orange, so burnt orange. This color is just, I love it. The hell is going on with the colors here? So holding it up like this is a pretty accurate representation of the color. Not so much this. So we'll go with this. I totally love this color and how this is knitting up, so I can't wait to wear it simultaneously. I mean, we know it's getting warm, and I'm in the northern hemisphere, it's getting very warm. I will not want to wear this until October, maybe November, so we can take our time at this point. But yeah, it will eventually be done. Next up, we have the whip that is finally back in action thanks to my Finish 9 project for this year, and that is my Anker Tee. You may remember the Anker summer shirt that I knit last year. That is also a Petite Knit pattern in the same kind of family of patterns that she has. She has a summer tee, she has a sweater, she has a boyfriend sweater, she has my fit, she has one for kids, and so on and so forth. But the summer tee and the summer shirt and the tee specifically are more geared towards like short sleeves and like warmer temperatures. So I knit up the Anker summer shirt last year and finished that. I cast on the Anker Tee at the same time, but I did not finish it. I was focused on the Anker summer shirt because I was like figuring out how to implement short row shaping to bring the front neck down a bit, because who wants to be choked by their sweater? Certainly not I. So I was finishing that and I was working on it, and then I picked up my Anker Tee and I completely forgot short row shaping. Now, again, with a pattern like this, I definitely was I was like, I need short row shaping. I don't want it up here and like this, like I said. So I ripped back, put the needles back in, and then it just sat there. This year I want to finish it, and I want to finish it bad enough that I have made this my 30 minutes of knitting in May project. So I try to pick it up every single day in May to knit on it for 30 minutes. Granted, 30 minutes technically only get me about 4 rows, but it's better than nothing. And frequently I don't set it down after 30 minutes because often enough my 30 minutes are in the evening, and in the evening I just eventually forget looking at the clock and just keep on knitting. So I had set this down last year to go back to where we're at, right after the ribbing, so right after this section here. And I have then picked it up again finally in May, and we've made decent progress. As you can see, there's quite a bit of stockinette going here. This is the front, so this is even shorter than the back, but this is what we've managed to get. So quite a few inches. I still feel like there's hours and hours worth of knitting left in this one. I don't think I'll finish it in May, but I think I have a good chance of finishing it in June if I keep this as my 30 minutes of knitting every day pattern for June as well. So I'll show you the back real quick. The back is even longer. And yeah, I'm just very excited. I love this colorway. This is I believe it's called Cactus Green. It's a Kilburn Woolens colorway on their Mojave base, and this green is just, I like the green. It is a tad greener in real life than it shows up on camera, but yeah, I like it, and I can't wait to wear it. And this is also it's tad more green than my summer tee, which I sort of accidentally, I guess I had a green face when I bought yarns for these two. I bought a very similar colorway for the Anker summer shirt, only that one I feel is a tad more leaning towards a teal, like still a green based teal, but teal. So yeah, I can't wait to wear these next and just show them next to each other when they're all done, and hopefully I can figure out the lighting for them so I can really show off that they are not just the same shirt in a different gauge and a different yarn weight, but also a different color. But yeah, this is finally back out and in rotation, and I truly love it. So this one currently lives in a project bag that is almost too small for it, so let me quickly stuff it in. But then you also see the print on it very well. This again is this project bag is also Fade Threads, and in their like small bag size. So technically it's supposed to be like for a sock project or a small maximum a 2 skein shawl project, I would say. But I can still fit my Anker Tee in here, so I want to keep it as it is for the time being. This is the like a potions label bag, so you can see here has all kinds of like potions and ingredients, like there's nightshade over here. I'm gonna see it out there. Nightshade here, fairy ink cap, and so on and so forth. I just think this is really cute. But yeah, that's what I have. And then, so the next one kind of borders between acquisition or like incoming yarn to also work in progress. So whoops, let me fix it. Oh, okay. Bring that here. So this is a Stephen West pattern. Again, I know, like all the Stephen West patterns last time, and we're still on Stephen West. Alas, Stephen West does a yarn along with Stephen and Penelope, the yarn store he owns together with Malia, and it's in Amsterdam, and they bring out 3 patterns, so one in May, one in June, and one in July, I believe, each year for the past 4 or 5 years. No, it must have been more, I think, because they started in 2017. Is that 5 years then? Good grief, time. So the idea is you pre-order, you get the yarn, which is a secret, and you don't know what kind of colors you get, but they will release the dyers beforehand. And they will also show you inspiration pics, so you have a rough idea as to what you're getting yourself into in terms of the yarn colorways. But you don't know anything about the patterns other than 2 are usually Stephen West and 1 is Malia's. So I did it last year and I love the patterns, but for some reason I don't know, I just didn't knit on them as much as I wanted, so I'm still trying to catch up and finish those, but I could not say no this year because I usually really enjoy the patterns. And again, like, we have seen the first pattern release on the 5th of May, so about a week ago, and not a little more than a week ago, but I digress. So we received the yarn in mid-April, and yeah, I already started knitting on it. So I'm going to go and start showing you the yarns first, and then my progress. So the yarns that we received were, and for the life of me I don't remember the colorways because these are they're exclusively dyed for Stephen and Penelope for the yarn along in this specific thing. So this is PRU yarns, Peru yarns, Punk Rock Unicorn, and this is this neon pink called Cosmea. And this one I had trouble winding initially. We fixed that eventually. Next up I have Arnica, and these are all Punk Rock Unicorn on their sock base, which is super duper soft, and I just want to lay on this. Then we have I'm trying to like also peek at the label so I can tell you the colorway. This is Peach Blossom, and this is a tad more muted in real life. So, and finally we have this, I don't want to, Ranunculus Cream, which is like a nice yellowy peachy cream color. So together we have this. Ooh. And there we go. Now in theory the idea was for the cream to be the main color, and that would be a very subtle, I would say, like main color. It would show up in a couple rows here and there all over the place, but not, it was not like, oh, it's everywhere and it's like in your face. And I truly love this color. Whereas I am not a pink person. Like if you look at it, a lot of pink just does not suit me super well. So I decided to rearrange the colors a little bit. And that's why I wanted to show the colors first. Because I think the way it's going to a place where I'm going to actually like it a whole lot. And my needles are a tad short, so forgive me. I'm not showing like the complete thing. So here we are. This is where I'm at after about a week of knitting. I have section 1, 2, and I'm starting on section 3. So I think the way the pink shows up here is doable for me, and like these are much better than the pink. You know? So that was my thought process behind this. I love the bubble stitch. I've loved the bubble stitch in his earlier patterns that I did not start yet because, again, outside of the yarn along and the mystery knit along, I'm trying to not start any new Stephen West shawls because I have a lot going right now. Anyway, so my plan is to keep on knitting on this, and ideally to knit about a section a week. That should, I'm pretty sure it's doable because I'm on section 3 after a week. So my main goal is to just keep that up and then to be done like maybe a week after the next pattern comes out, so I can then continue on. Speaking of the next pattern, it's coming out on June the 5th, and I have already received my the yarn for that. I did not bring it because I don't think I've seen it on Instagram anywhere yet, and I did not want to spoil it. Maybe I will throw in a picture right here because it is that gorgeous and I love it and I'm really happy with the colors. But yeah, I will see if maybe somebody else posted it. I don't want to be the first, basically. So there's that. Oops, that's the wrong way. So, but I'm super happy with this, and I love how bright these colors are and how they just go very well together. So along with the yarns, we usually also get a couple extras, and in this case The extra we got was this gorgeous flower needle gauge in a neon peachy orange. And also one of their bucket bags, their project bags. This is specifically designed for the Yarn Along 2023. And it is the perfect size for 4 skeins of yarn, including the pattern. And then I also threw in, or I still have in here, my Heather Yarn Co. Dream Date mini skein from the Yarn Store Day. So I have this, and I think I'm going to, I now should have 3 of these, because Heather usually does Dream Date specifically in minis for the Yarn Store, for the local Yarn Store Day, as like the extra goodie to go with your order. So I should have a couple of these. I'm thinking of maybe turning these into another ripple bralette, or into a Cara bralette, but we'll see. So I have a bunch of these, and they will at least make a good contrast color. Now, the next item I got is Leroux cotton in their organic fingering in the color Fool's Gold. So I have a t-shirt quantity of this, so here you go. And this will be the yarn I'm using for the LST by Elizabeth Margaret, which I get to test, and so it looks like this because I already swatched and I already ripped off my swatch again. I know what needle size I need to use finally, so I'll be casting this on probably today. Yeah, I need to find the needles I want to use for that, because I want to use a specific set of needles for this project, because I think it'll just be easier on my hands. Because it is a tied gauge, it is a 30 stitch gauge, so I don't want to, like, I don't want my hands to be in pain because of a project. That's not worth it. So I'm gonna do that, and then I said my parents were here. Now, whoops. Let me move this over and make some crinkling sounds real quick. Alright, there we go. For those who don't know, I'm originally from Germany. I now live in the US, but yeah, my parents came from Germany for a month, and they brought me yarn. Because what do you bring somebody who loves yarn and knitting and all that? You bring yarn from Germany specifically because especially like certain brands are that much more affordable there. Like, it's ridiculous the upcharge you pay in the US for these sock yarns that I've grown up with, that are just go-to colorways for me, and go-to yarns for socks for me. And if I may just show you one, these are socks my grandma knit. My grandma passed away in 2016. So you can probably imagine how well these socks hold up, because like literally I just asked for a couple more socks, because mostly now my shoe size, my sock size is what 2 of my kids also wear, because they want the big socks, and like one of them wears for hands, because ooh, it's fun, it's soft, and it's like big, and you can slide all over. But yeah, so I needed some more socks, and yeah, they're still good, like nothing happened to them. So there's that. Now, let's talk about sock yarns that I got. And for starters, I asked my mom to just bring me like, initially I said 2, but she, being my mom, sent me 3. I wanted just some plain, solid, colored yarns I can use for heels, cuffs, and toes, because I feel like that's often where my socks thin out, where they get a little more, where it pills a bit more, and where I feel like a more sturdy sock yarn on these areas would help even my hand-dyed socks, even shoes, would probably work better. So I want to reinforce the heels and the toes, and not necessarily cuffs, but I mean, by all means, why not? So I asked for some Schachenmeier Opal. She got me Opal, and she got me the colors. I could have sworn I just saw names for these. Yep, there. So this is a jeans blue. That's just a gray blue. And these are they 100 grams? I think they're 100. Yep, 100 grams. 400 yards. Then next up we have Rauch, so smoke. Just a gray. And Anthrazit, like just a charcoal gray, basically. And super happy to have those, because that way I can, like I said, just use them for heels, toes, and reinforce those areas a bit more with a bit more of a sturdy sock yarn. And then I wanted to try a couple of yarns that I've heard a lot about, but that I did not feel like the US price made sense to spend if I could just like have my parents bring them for the much more reasonable German prices. They are long yarns. So long yarns, they are also German. They are yeah, no, they're German. They make them in different areas for Italy. So this is the Greek Myths 2. And this is the colorway Athena. So under 10 euros, I'm just saying. Then I got some Ferner Wolle, which, if I'm not mistaken, they're Austrian. So they make great sock yarn, although I do think both of these are, let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure both of these are actually sport weight. That's DK, that's sport. So, okay, this way. Alright, so this is their Ferner Wolle Mally Socks, Valentine's Socks edition. So this is the Valentine's Day edition. And this is a sport weight. It's 150 grams skein. Again, for 12 euros. So it was not a whole lot. It was really, really affordable. And I don't understand why this yarn is so much here in the US. So this was the colorway for Valentine's Day 2023, but they also had the colorways available when we looked for 2022 and 2021. So this is a like a minty teal with blues and teals and gray speckles all over. I totally love this. Like, it's so soft. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Like, this is like a pillow. And again, the skein is about the size of my head, so I just want to sleep on this. It's so soft. And then next up I have, and oops, what's going on here? They have been suffering a little bit because they've been in checked luggage. So this is Lungauer Socken. So this is a DK weight, and this colorway was called, I think, banana peel or something like that. It's like yellows and browns, some oranges here. It's super gorgeous. The swatch knit up on the website was just really, really pretty. Now I want a DK weight sock yarn specifically for the banana socks. This is a sock pattern that has ribbing on one side, stockinette on the other side, and I don't think it's like size specific. You need to get the number of stitches right for the foot circumference, but otherwise you just knit in pattern, and then you are basically good to go. And the socks look funny, and they're called banana socks, so Bananensocken. And banana or banana peel colorway for those socks, I mean, I had to. Sorry, but I had to. So that's that. And lastly, in terms of yarn, I got some summer like sock yarn. This is Footprints Wool Addict. This is also Lang Yarn, so again German. And this is where's the info on the base? Hello, I saw this somewhere. There we go. Okay, so it is 45% cotton, 42% wool, virgin wool, and 13% polyamide. And I'm sorry, but these are my colors. So this will be turned into socks very soon because it's getting to those temperatures. And yeah, I can't wait. This is, by the way, a fingering. Yes, fingering weight. So I have the 3 tonals or solids for heels and toes. I have the the 2 skins of Lang, one for regular socks, one for summer socks, and then I have the sport weight and the DK weight also for socks from Germany. And then this was all via Mones Wollparadies except for the opal. And this is the postcard that came with it, which I find adorable. It says, Stricken macht glücklich, so knitting makes happy. And this gorgeous, cute, adorable little sheep knitting away. I just love it. And then it came with this bag here too. It has a little stitch marker here. Like a, come on. I might not be able to open it right now. It has a little piece of candy in there, and then it has a heart-shaped rock on a string. There we go. For a stitch marker, which is adorable. I love that. And then my mom also threw in for me a bath bomb, just to relax. So, double checking. Yeah, this is it for the knitting and yarn acquisition portion. Like I said, I might put in that picture for the second set for the yarn along. And I also did not show my Woolberry and collection order because that's also packed away already. If I had left it out, I am pretty sure I would have cast on stuff already, and I need to get things off the needles first. So that's the goal, getting things off the needles. I'm going to probably, when I get off here, start heels for the May socks. And then we'll just see what happens, right? So, for the when I'm not knitting portion, I have here number 1, my switch. And let me preface this by saying it was my birthday in April, and this was my birthday present. This is the new Zelda OLED switch. And I've been playing on a Switch Lite for 4 years now, 3 years, 4 years. Love it. But I do think some of the aspects kind of disappear a little bit on the smaller screen that has less it's just like the graphics, the quality of the graphics are not as good, and seeing it on the other OLED Switch we had made me realize there is a huge difference. And then with the new Zelda game coming out, I was like, I would love that. So I got this for my birthday, and I'm super excited, and I've played quite a bit again. This is basically charging constantly during the day when I'm working, because I need to be able to play again in the evening. And I mean, even the back, it's just pretty. So much fun. I'm telling you, so much fun. And yeah. So I also have the new Zelda game, the Tears of the Kingdom, which I've already started. I'm nowhere near as far as other people that you can see gaming on Twitch and on YouTube. in part because I do also knit and I do enjoy spending time on that, and I also have to work, you know, as it goes. But yeah, I'm playing that, and when I'm not playing Zelda, when I want to relax a little bit, often enough I just pick up ooblets, or I managed to snatch Hidden Paws on when it was on sale for like $2 a couple weeks ago. And Hidden Paws is basically one of those like hidden object games, only you are looking for kittens and you are looking for yarn balls, and they're all set in a in like nice wintry landscapes. You don't see any people, you maybe see penguins. It looks like it's maybe where are the penguins? South Pole? North Pole. South Pole. Gosh. Well, you have penguins there, and you have some houses there, maybe a little bit of fire and a car and some ships. You don't see people, you're looking for the cats and you're looking for the yarn balls. And it's just very relaxing. It's like if I'm super tired and I just want to like, I know it's too early for bed, I'll just like play a little bit of that, and then when you're finished and you found all the cats and all the yarn balls for that island that you're on, you can go on to the next one and continue on with that again. And yeah, totally love it. Can only recommend. And ooblets, I think, is probably well known enough. It is in line, I guess, with Animal Crossing, but you're a newcomer to that island and they have ooblets. Ooblets are little monstery things, like little, like they look like plants and little cute adorable monsters are walking around. And so your goal is to help them with the island and to complete tasks on the island. For example, you are helping with their little nature reserve, and you're improving that, and you're fixing things there, and you're also fixing like their version of internet, and so on and so forth. Simultaneously, you are looking to find all the ooblets that are there, and each day different kind of ooblets are more easily accessible to you. And you can dance battle the ooblets that are not yours, and when you win the dance battle you get a seed to grow an ooblet of that kind. So yeah, you just go around and you dance battle ooblets, which is just adorable. It's in a way it's like a draw by draw, so it's like one after another does their battle moves to gain points, and in the end who wins gets, like if you win you get a seed, if they win nothing. But you need a specific like foods, I guess. I think they're foods for the ooblets that you are like pay them with for the dance battle. So they get the food, and then if you dance battle them and you win, you get that seed and you plant that and you grow it and you know. So super fun, very, very adorable. I love the graphics. Yeah, why don't I show you? Okay, here you see these are like ooblets that you can dance battle. And yeah, it's just really fun. So those are like the things that have kept me quite busy. And then apart from that, I've also started reading again, and a bit more active than I've tried so far this year. Part of this is because of this book. This is The Iron Widow by Shiran Jai Zhao. I hope I didn't butcher it too badly. I kept seeing the author on Instagram, and I don't know how exactly, like what exactly triggered this being thrown into my feed, but love the reels, and everything she kept talking about her book just sounded really interesting. So basically the idea is that in this fictional country our main character lives in, girls are not all that valued, and they're under constant attack by this mysterious to me at least, force that they have, I'm gonna call them robots. Like, I'm still very iffy on like details, and I'm only like, what, this much in. So they have these giant, they call them giant transformer mechas. So again, robots basically. These robots are being operated by two pilots. That they call them pilots, by two pilots. One is a guy and one is a girl, and the girls are called the concubine pilot. And for young girls, it's always a very, very big honor to be selected as a concubine pilot. The idea behind that is that this concubine pilot is there's a bunch of concubine pilots for each of the male pilots, and they are there to like make him happy and help him and do stuff for him and yada yada blah. So basically, female servitude. They also are there to help operate those giant robots that they use to protect their country and their people. And our main character, her older sister, was selected as a concubine pilot, and she died, as happens frequently, when she was helping protect their country as a concubine pilot, and so she vows to avenge her sister. And she has a childhood sweetheart that she seems to really like a whole lot, but at the same time they are completely different, like, groups of people. His dad is probably one of the richest men in the country, whereas she is from a poor family, and just getting the money for her being a concubine pilot is like, her parents are like, oh, we have money, because you know what else our girl's good for. So yeah, so she just became this concubine pilot, and she's plotting her revenge, and I don't want to tell anything else. I'm a tad further along, but I don't want to spoiler it. I'm just saying this. I love it. Like, I've sat down and I've read this so quickly so far. There's a second book in the series coming out, I think, next year. And I don't know how I'm going to wait for the second book at this point, because it's just really, really adorable. And I just love it. So, the interesting thing is also, often enough you're left to your own devices in terms of imagining what those very world-specific objects look like. So they actually give you like the artwork for those robots they use. And so this here, for example, is the nine-tailed fox. And there's a few more, but yeah, super thrilling, super exciting. The book in itself is a little under 400 pages, like barely under 400. Yeah, last epilogue ends on page 391. So, really love this, and super excited for book 2 already, even if I haven't finished book 1 yet. The author also has another book out that is, I think, probably geared more towards children than, I would say this is young adult to like just adult, like 18-20, maybe, based off some of the concepts and things that happened already. But I want to read the more like geared towards children, geared towards like borderline teenager. I want to read that book too, because I just like her writing style. It's really good, and I'm having a ton of fun. So this already gets my recommendation because it's just amazing. So I've been like sitting and knitting and reading. Oops, my bad. Because it's really good, and yeah. I imagine this is the main character, and she looks fierce and she looks amazing, and I'm excited. So, that being said, this is like the big overview of what is happening in the last 2 months almost, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're prepared for more Stephen West and more Petite Knits, and probably also some more Woolberry coming in the next diary entry. But yeah, this is it, and this has been what's kept me busy, what's made me happy, and what's keeping me entertained, and yeah, not lose my sanity because of all the things going on, because there's just too much. So yeah, I hope you'll have a great day, hopefully knitting and crafting away, reading some books. I will take any and all book recommendations because that's always fun. So yeah, happy knitting, bye!